What's up, Pugilism Planet? I was gonna eat some pizza, and I did a video a long time ago called Pizza and Pugilism, where I ate pizza, talked some boxing, real man stuff. But just here to chop it up and talk about some boxing, and especially the heavyweight division, man. Um, it's a lot going on. Wait for a few of you to come in and chop it up with your dude Jay Roos. Did y'all know they made white cranberry? I prefer drinks that don't have all that dye in it that you don't need. It's like we don't need grape juice to be purple to know that it's grape juice. You know what I'm saying? But what's that Samoan dude that just fought the other night? I had never heard of him. What was his name? Terror, or something. Man, this dude can fight. That's all I know. Another tough Samoan in the game, and he was on the Opataya undercard, and he did not disappoint. Look how fast that fight ended. So I had to go back and check out where he came from because I had never heard of him. But the dude is 6 wins, 6 victories, 6 knockouts, no losses. Fight Jalalav in the Olympics. Not sure who won, but maybe they'll fight again in the pros. Time for my white cranberry. Y'all come through and chop it up with your dude Jay Roos. Hope the weather's good where you are. They keep talking about it's gonna snow here and all that. I'm hoping it doesn't. They got wildfires in California. Looks like the apocalypse, don't it? Y'all better get right. Jai, hey, what's up? Adore Jayo Patel versus Moses Atama would be a good future fight. It would be a good fight, man. I would have to at this point go with Atama just because he's the bigger guy, and both guys can punch, but you got to go with the bigger guy that can punch in that type of situation. That's my opinion. Good matchup though. Adore's always coming with these great matchups, man. Appreciate you. Thanks for coming through this early morning too. Got all my juices ready to clean and wet the palate since I'm gonna be doing so much talking. But y'all come on through. Y'all come on through. Hope everybody's doing all right from California to Georgia. Shout out to my dude Bruce Gas, Boxing Jazz, and more. I seem to forget him sometimes when I'm doing my shout outs to boxing platforms. I can't forget him. He's got a great platform and he's got a lot of great interviews. I mean, he even interviewed Peter McNeely recently. I mean, when have you seen Peter McNeely on anybody's platform? Had on Razor Ruddock, Oliver McCall, has on my dude Tim Witherspoon from time to time. Opataya versus Daniel Dubois would also be a good future fight. Yeah, it would, man. I kind of gotta go again with the natural heavyweight when it comes to punching, and I would have to go with Daniel Dubois in that one too, though. It might be some rocky moments for Dubois, but I think he will pull it out. Speaking of Dubois, man, this dude seems to really be feeling himself lately, man. It's like he's trying to present himself as a bully, and he was before like a humble kid, but ever since he knocked out AJ, it's like he's just feeling himself, and I would prefer the humble kid. I know it's important to project confidence, but it just seems kind of like it's out of character for him, and I don't know if he's being told to do this or what, but I don't like it. I don't like it a lot. I don't like it. I don't like when people seem to act out of their character to try to please their handlers or whoever's telling them, "Hey, man, you got to sell some tickets. Start talking." You know what I mean? But this Samoan dude coming out, man, he just came out of nowhere, and it looks like he's with Eddie Hearn's camp, and so Eddie Hearn's got a heavyweight waiting, I guess, just in case Joshua calls it a day pretty soon, which I don't think Joshua will do. He wants to fight Fury in 2025, and he sounds like if that fight doesn't happen, he's going to move on. But Joshua definitely sounds like he wants to continue his career. I know a lot of people are writing him off after that last performance, but I'm not writing him off. Boxing fans can be fickle like that sometimes. Well, what was that right there? Who will Alexander Usyk versus Daniel Dubois? Who will win? Who will win the Usyk versus Dubois rematch? That is the question. That's the question. Well, I gotta go with Usyk. I gotta go with Usyk for a lot of reasons. The mind, the work ethic. Now, Daniel Dubois, you never seen him out of shape. Um, you mean, yeah, that's him, man. Terramona, yeah, Terramona. That's what I was talking about. Puro was good with you. Thanks for coming through, Puro. Y'all go subscribe to my dude, Puro, man. Early morning edition of the J. Roos Theory. Shout out to Puro, shout out to Adore and everybody else coming through. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up on your way in or on your way out. But I gotta go with Usyk in that because Usyk is, I thought Dubois got kind of robbed in that first fight, but you're gonna have moments in a fight where things don't go your way, but you don't quit. And Daniel Dubois quit, and I don't respect that. Um, yeah, I just don't respect the fact that he quit. And didn't he quit from a jab? Now, see, if that had happened to Usyk, the dude is mentally strong. He's not gonna quit because things aren't going his way. The judging, the refs, the crowd. Usyk's gonna hang in there until he gets his victory, and you gotta respect that. And he's already got the nod against him from the first fight, so that's gonna give him more confidence. So I got Usyk big in the rematch. I think he stops Dubois in the rematch. I think he knocks him out around round 8, maybe 7. And Deontay Wilder is supposed to be coming back pretty soon, and he wasn't gonna fight this guy named Shaw, we thought, but Shaw was just kind of trying to put something out there because he sparred with Deontay Wilder. It's like he was just trying to get talk going, but there was no real negotiation. So I don't know what's going on with that. I know I'm seeing more Malik Scott do interviews than I am of Deontay Wilder. And Malik does some great interviews, man. You could tell he knows the sport well. Just not sure that Deontay is a good pupil to try to teach. I think Deontay's not a good listener. I don't think he's absorbing what any of his trainers are saying. So Malik Scott might be getting a bad rap, because I've been kind of hard on him too. But none of us like the fact of what happened when he fought Deontay Wilder. But never mind that. That's in the past. Well, I guess all these fights are in the past. But as a trainer, he seems to be telling Deontay the right stuff. Deontay just doesn't seem to know how to implement them in the middle of the war. And that's where the problem is. It doesn't matter if you do it in the gym, you got to do it with the lights on in front of the crowd with the world watching. That's when you got to do it. It doesn't do any good to get an A on the pre-test that doesn't count. And then when you take the real test, you flunk. It's not going to get you through school. Basket. like I said, I enjoy watching Malik Scott's interviews because he broke down real well. I thought how Usyk wins his fights, man. He broke it down real well, probably better than anybody that I've heard break down Alexander Usyk, myself included. He broke it down even better than I have. But Usyk just has a way of making you work when you don't want to work. He's constantly putting on pressure, and if you're not a guy that can handle pressure, you will crack. And the guy's constantly training. He's doing 15 rounds in training camp, 5 minutes, 5 minutes. And I think it's something like if his back touches the ropes, they start the round over. The guy's no joke, man. He's no joke. Anybody going into the ring underestimating Alexander Usyk is not wise. It's not wise at all. Anthony Joshua versus Martin Bakole. Well, if I base it off the last two performances, like most people say Bakole, but I don't know. You guys know I'm an AJ guy. I'm not gonna deny that. Not a fanboy, but AJ's my favorite current fighter. Favorite fighter of all time, Lennox Lewis, the Lion. But right now it's AJ, win, lose, or draw. I just like AJ. And Martin Bakole claims he went through all these heavyweights and sparring, broke Daniel Dubois' nose twice or something, knocked him out twice or something, beat Usyk, beat Joe Joyce, he claims. But when he said he sparred with Joshua, I think he said it was like nobody in there really. They locked the doors and they went at it. And it sounds like he gave as good as he got. So if Bakole's not bragging that he whooped AJ, I wouldn't count AJ out. And AJ's got a point to prove after that last performance. He just, I think maybe AJ got a little cocky because he was reading his own press clippings, as they say, because he went through Otto Lane like no one had done before. And then he blew Francis Ngannou out the water when Ngannou just, to me, beat Tyson Fury. There was someone in my comments the other day saying that AJ was a chicken. I'm like, how's AJ a chicken when he has the best resume in the heavyweight division next to Joseph Parker? How are you going to be a chicken? Minute you lose, everybody's a critic, a Monday morning quarterback. AJ's nowhere near a chicken. You can't get to that level of boxing and be a chicken. Some fighters might duck, but I wouldn't call them fighters a chicken. You know, that's pretty weak. But AJ took care of Ngannou when Ngannou kind of had the heavyweight division shook after that performance against Tyson Fury, and AJ took him out in 2 rounds and made it look easy. But I think that made AJ start kind of, I don't want to say feeling himself because he wasn't talking like Dubois, but he had his hands low, kind of like where a Talma keeps his hands, and Daniel Dubois took full advantage of it. I'm sure Don Charles noticed that, and I'm sure they worked on some things in training camp to even drop AJ's guard lower than where it was to begin with, because it's already low. But if you can hit him with some body shots, they're gonna drop a little more. And AJ still caught Dubois in the 5th round before he got stopped, but he's got to keep his hands up against these real big guys, man. So I'm not sure who I got in the AJ versus Bakole fight right now. I got to see where AJ's head is more, but I wouldn't necessarily say that Bakole would beat AJ. I just wouldn't do it. Who do I have in Dubois versus Parker? Originally, I had Dubois, but the more that I look at it and I see Joseph Parker training on his YouTube channel, shout out to Joseph Parker. I got Parker, man. The dude looks more physically fit than ever. He's putting on quality weight. He's lifting weights. And I just think he's going to box circles around Dubois. There's rumors that Dubois didn't want to fight Joseph Parker before because of all the movement. So if he didn't want to fight him before, then now maybe he's Dubois camp is thinking maybe this heavier Joseph Parker won't be moving around so much, but he looks very fast. I saw him on the treadmill doing sprints. So I think I got Joseph Parker, man. I think he's going to frustrate Dubois. And I say stop him by TKO around round 11 or 12, late. AJ's my dude too, but he fought like, let's see, whoa, where's it disappearing? What happened here? It says AJ's my dude too, but he fought like he never boxed before. Was odd to me. Feeling yourself don't make you forget how to box. It could be he didn't respect Triple D and thought he would blow him out, though. I've thought of that too, man. That's a great point. AJ was going in there definitely like he never fought before. It's like he just turned novice all of a sudden. And it kind of does seem like he didn't respect Dubois when they had the little face off and he was talking to him like he was a kid, like Daniel, like, saying this young boy. Even at the press conference when Daniel Dubois interrupted him and he was like, Daniel, like, focus. And he was like, so anyway, as I was saying, he's kind of sunning him. And, it's not wise to overlook anybody in boxing, but especially at the heavyweight level with a puncher like Daniel Dubois. So hopefully AJ learned his lesson. And, it's like Puro said, feeling yourself should not make you forget how to box. But there was a lot of weird stuff going on that night. I know a lot of you probably think it's far fetched, but there was some weird stuff going on that night. Rewatch the ring walk. Well, don't rewatch it. Just take my word for it. But there was some weird stuff in the ring walk going on. I'm sure you guys have heard what Spencer Fearon said is going on behind the scenes in Dubois camp. Y'all better get right with your shoe. I'm gonna just put it like that. Got to make sure your spirit's right when you're fighting people that are in the dark stuff. Got to make sure your spirit's right with the Most High, Yahweh, Yahweh, Yeshua. Got to make sure your heart's right, your heart's clean, your mind's focused, strong mind, strong body. That's why Usyk is unbeatable, man. He's just fit, he's strong minded, and he's gone through the heavyweight division like a tsunami. And yeah, I think AJ can be back, but I'd like to see a more consistent AJ. It looked like he was on a roll after the Wallin and then the Ngannou fight. Oh, and before that, Hellenius looked like he was on a roll, even though the Hellenius fight was with Derrick James in his corner, not Ben Davison. But it's like he was building up some momentum and then fell off. But we can't think of fighters as not great because they had a slip up. Tom Brady's lost some games. We still regard him as the best quarterback to ever do it. So you're going to lose. Muhammad Ali lost. Mike Tyson lost. George Foreman lost. Lennox Lewis lost, even though Lennox Lewis avenged every loss, which was only two. The best have lost. Rocky Marciano didn't lose. Floyd Mayweather didn't lose. But most great fighters lose. So I wouldn't be so quick to throw fighters out with the trash because they lose a fight. People that have never boxed don't know how hard the sport is, especially to make it to that level. It's hard to just spar, but you're constantly training, which you should be doing anyway. Even if you're not boxing, you should always be working out. I don't understand people that don't work out. It just amazes me. But anyway, they train all the time. They got to eat the right way. They have to keep their mind strong. You can't afford to slip up 1 second outside the ring because it's going to show up on fight night. That's what makes Terrence Crawford such a dangerous guy. The guy lives like a fighter. You live like a fighter, you're going to beat the part time fighter, the guy that parties all the time and then just trains when he's got a fight coming up. That type of fighter is not going to beat a Terrence Crawford or Alexander Usyk. I saw a photo a while back of Alexander Usyk and Terrence Crawford playing chess. Alexander Usyk was asked recently who he thought was the best pound for pound. He picked Terrence Crawford. He knows what he's talking about. I got Terrence over Canelo. Watch and see. I know a lot of people think that's crazy. Like, no way, no way. Watch and see. When's the last time you seen Canelo knock somebody out? Waiting. Jeopardy music playing. I'll take boxing for 200, Alex. Um, what is not in a while, but I'm not trying to take anything away from Canelo. Great fighter, but I don't think he's doing that. I mean, if he couldn't stop what's his name recently, Charlo, what makes you think he's gonna stop a guy like Terrence Crawford? Wallin versus Derek Chisora. Thunder's Productions, what's up with you, man? Appreciate you. Who you got in the Benavides versus Morale? I got Benavides, man. I don't know why I wasn't seeing these questions. Facts pulling form, like always, though. I don't know why I wasn't seeing you guys' comments. What's up, Thunder's Productions and Ray and Puro, all y'all? Who you got, Wallin versus Derek Chisora? I think I got Derek Chisora actually. Because Wallin doesn't really have enough pop to keep Derek Chisora off of him. And I think that bad beating he got from AJ might still be in his head. Um, Usyk, excellent fighter, but he's not unbeatable. Thought AJ won a close one in the rematch. Same for Fury in the first. It was close between AJ and Usyk. I thought the first fight was kind of close too. Um, these fighters are so close in talent. I don't think any of them are unbeatable. Obviously, in my opinion. Yeah, man. Hey, what's up, Charlene? Hey to you. Thanks for coming through. Mike check 1, 2. Do you think we'll see Terrence Crawford versus Jerron Ennis? I doubt it. I don't think he's really on Terrence Crawford's radar, and it's not to say that Terrence Crawford is ducking boots. I just think he just wants to kind of go off in the sunset with big names, someone like Canelo, stuff like that. Um, but if they do fight, if Prince Turkey presents the right amount of money, I mean, it'll happen. And I got to go with Terrence Crawford, of course. Terrence Crawford has not shown me that he's to be taken lightly. I know people say he didn't look great in his last fight, and he was moving up in weight. They're gonna say that's why he didn't carry the power, but that guy was tough. The guy who's fighting, he's no pushover. So you're not gonna knock everybody out. I mean, if Mike Tyson could knock everybody out, George Foreman, whose jab is like an overhand right, could knock everybody out. Lennox Lewis could knock everybody out, and then Terrence Crawford is gonna have to fall in line too and not knock everybody out. But he won the fight. That's what counts. He hasn't lost, so he doesn't know how to lose. Not in the pros. Canelo's lost. He's lost a couple times. So that's got to be in the back of his mind. And Canelo's not going to intimidate Terrence Crawford either. I don't think Terrence Crawford's going to intimidate Canelo. I don't think either of these guys are the type of dudes to be intimidated. They're very professional, and you've never seen either guy out of shape. I just think that Canelo's got more tools in the bag than Canelo. Did I say that right? Crawford, Canelo. Sometimes I get the names mixed up. Anyway, I think Crawford has more tools in the bag than Canelo. I usually don't like when fighters switch to southpaw in the middle of a fight, but Terrence Crawford seems to know how to do it, and he seems to know how to do it well. You know what I mean? I agree. One level, Del Boy puts him in the dirt. Yeah, I think Del Boy hits a little hard for Wale, and I think he'll give Wale flashbacks of the AJ fight. I thought Wale was better than that, but he just looked like he was a deer in headlights when he fought AJ. I'm really not interested in Bud versus Boots myself. It's a mismatch. Yeah, I'm not that interested either in it. I know people keep calling for it, but I don't know. It doesn't I know I'm not gonna lay down any big pay-per-view amount to see it, you know. I'll have to catch the replay if they try to charge a high amount on it, you know. But if the public demands it, you know, Prince Turkey, I'm sure we'll make it happen. I'm like pure on that one. I don't have any interest in it. I want to see the big names fight the big names, and Boots Ennis hasn't really proven himself yet to me. He's still trying to find out who he is as a fighter. But you know, a lot of these casuals, I don't even like to use that word because it's too used too much, but a lot of these people that are new to the sport see a guy get a couple knockouts under his belt and they just want to push him up on stage. Hey man, get up there. I'm not ready to get up there, but I'm not ready to get up there. So I got Crawford, man, if they ever do fight. Should we be counting Mr. Joe Joyce out just yet? I know he hasn't looked great after his loss to Zane, but should we be counting him out? Should we be for? Why are we not talking about Zane here? This dude is knocking people out left and right, and looks like he's doing it with ease. Even though he didn't beat Parker, he knocked Parker down twice. And if he had more stamina, he could have won that fight. Stamina is Zane's weak point. He's gonna have to fix that. A lot of wasted talent nowadays. Absolutely. Just that statement alone means you guys need to go subscribe to Puro. A lot of wasted talent. You hear what he said? A lot of wasted talent out there. I see a lot of heavyweights these days, and I'm not trying to diss them, but a lot of these guys physically just don't look the part. A lot of them just don't look intimidating, like they're not putting in the work in the gym. Go back and look at how the fighters looked in the 70s and maybe not so much the 80s, but the 90s. Look at fighters like Evander Holyfield, David Tua, Lennox Lewis, Ika Beabuchi. These guys looked physically imposing. And when you can intimidate, you got half the fight, half the battle won right there. If you can look imposing, you got the guy scared probably before even the bell sounds. Now he's not going to admit it. He's going to have on his poker face. But fighters are human. You look across the ring and see a dude looking jacked and diesel, you're gonna be like, oh man, dude, like really? You like, man, did I really do enough training in the gym, man? Am I about to get exposed out here? I don't know why fighters today just feel like they need to train moments before a fight. Like, oh, I got a fight in February where I'm gonna start training, not next week, but the week after. I mean, it's only a fight. Yeah, it's only a fight where you can really get hurt. Stay in shape all the time. You never know if somebody's going to pull out of a fight and you have to step in there, stay in shape. These fighters today just don't look the part, a lot of them. Of course, we got people like F.Ed Jagba, he looks the part. Martin Bacoli looks the part. Jared Anderson, Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder used to look the part. Now he looks like Snoop Dogg. He's so skinny. But Deontay used to have a impressive upper body. Then he started smoking that stuff, and gonna have to change his name to Smokey now. You gotta lay that down. You gotta figure out, does he want to be a smoker or does he want to be a boxer? Now, boxing has smoker fights, used to, but you don't want to literally be a smoker. Don't do anything to your body that's going to harm you. That's the bottom line. Um, Charlene says, random thought. Joyce versus a Talma. Ooh, that would be a great fight, Charlene. Ooh, wow. Um, I might have to go with a Talma because of the speed factor, and Joyce's chin gets in the way of a lot of punches. And Joyce hasn't really showed me anything. I think he's still good enough to beat some of the top guys, but Atama just seems to be like just ready for this. And I think he would stop Joyce. I don't know. It's a great matchup, though. I'd pay to see it. Joyce is such a big guy. I wonder if they've sparred together. Um, let's see. Don't put it all on the boxers. Um, to be honest, frustratingly mismanaged careers by promoters. Yeah, a lot of the promoters mess up these fighters' careers. Like what's his name? Caballo. I don't think he's being promoted right. The dude's a great fighter, and you don't even hear the guy. They should be promoting him like there's no tomorrow. Frank Sanchez, he's not being promoted right. I would still like to see Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder. Me too. I think we will see it. I think we will see it because the guys that we all wanted to see mix it up years ago, they've all taken losses. Wilder, Fury, AJ, they all have multiple losses on their record now. So it's time to just well, I don't want to see Fury Wilder 4, but I want to see AJ Fury. I want to see AJ Wilder, and then they can walk off in the sunset and count their money. But I would like to see those fights. I don't care about the losses. I just want to see the styles match up. I want to see the mindsets match up. I want to see how they look physically in the ring next to each other. And none of these guys can take the other guy lightly because of losses. AJ can't go in there thinking I'm a blast Wilder because of what happened to him. And Wilder can't go in there thinking I'm a blast AJ because of what happened to him. You got to go in there like they never lost. You can't overlook anybody. You just can't. Overlooking somebody, especially at the heavyweight level, is just you're just asking for it. That's just all it is. You're asking for it. You're asking to get hurt in a major way. Make sure, like I said, make sure y'all hit that thumbs up on your way in or on your way out. If you wish to donate to the J Roos Theory, the Cash App is $JROOS33. That's Roos and not Ross. $J Roos 33. Support your dude J Roos. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it's the J Roos Theory over there too. Follow me, I'll follow you back. Check out your pictures, check out mine. You can DM. You guys can ask me some questions on there and just chop it up. You know what I mean? I still like Richard Torres Jr. though. I think he's going to give a lot of people problems because of his height and his speed. I don't think you need to be 6'6" and 6'7" anymore. I just don't. I don't think you need to be these real tall dudes that these dudes are tall, but a lot of them just don't look imposing. Like to me, height by itself without a build is not imposing. Now, if you're tall and swole like AJ, then you're imposing. But if you're just tall like a lanky NBA player, that's not gonna cut it. And a lot of these dudes are just tall and soft looking, and I don't understand it. It's like your only job, hopefully, is boxing. Hopefully, you don't have to have a side job or a side hustle. But if your only job is boxing, why are you not looking the part? Why? That's what you're doing. You're boxing. Stay in shape. Stay in the gym. You need a break, you can still work out. Just don't go as heavy. But you can't allow yourself to look weak. You can't do it. But a lot of fighters nowadays don't think like that. I would still also like to see Dillian White versus Jarrell Miller. Yeah, man, I would like to see that press conference, even if they never fight. That would be hilarious. They would be going at it. AJ versus the fraudulent Snoop, Charlene says. Speaking of Snoop, have you heard his that last album was hefty bag material. That was trash, dude. Dr. Dre, man, like what's up, man? You know what it is? And I don't really care if anybody got beef with what I'm about to say, because I'm gonna just say it because I'm not a follower. Kendrick Lamar is trash, bro. He's trash, and I'm noticing a lot of people are starting to notice. His bars aren't impressive. Half his stuff don't rhyme. His beats are garbage. His voice is annoying. I don't understand it, man. I've never heard a Kendrick line where I'm like, whoa, shoot. No. And what I think happened, and I know I'm off topic, but rap is like verbal boxing. But when I heard Snoop's album, to me, it sounded like he was trying to be super lyrical like Kendrick Lamar, and the beats were all over the place and not cohesive. I couldn't follow the tracks. It just sounded like a mess, man. That new Snoop album was thumbs down, man. And I'm not gonna sit here and say it was a great album because it was Snoop and Dre. No, it wasn't a great album. It was terrible. It was trash. Kendrick Lamar is trash as far as some of the things he says and his lyrics. I don't like none of these dudes, these new dudes. I don't like Drake. I don't like Kendrick Lamar, Future, none of them. Sexy Red, who ain't sexy, by the way. I don't like none of them. Way off topic. Way off topic. And I'm not down with you either, Fat Joe. I'm not down with you. You know what you be saying. Trying to take credit for starting hip hop. Stop. Fat Joe. People starting to call him Cap Joe because he's just making stuff up as he goes, and he seems to be angry about it too. But who you guys like in the Bacoli versus Fa Ajagba fight coming up, man? Fa Ajagba versus Martin Bacoli, man. I got Bacoli huge in that fight. I think Fa Jagba's better days are behind him. He's robotic. He's a basic 1-2 fighter. He doesn't move his head. That's disaster if you're fighting a puncher, a guy that's almost 300 pounds like Bacoli. Bacoli sounds like he's taking him lightly, which I just said you shouldn't do. And I hope he isn't. He seems to be staying in the gym, which is a great thing. Especially if you're that heavy, you want to stay in the gym to make sure your weight is quality weight and not just water and food weight. I got Bacoli big, man. I think he's gonna knock Fa Ajagba out so bad that Ajagba might be considered a journeyman after this next fight. In fact, if if Ajagba loses this fight, he should probably fight someone like Joe Joyce next because they both are very like robotic kind of. But I got Bacoli huge in that. Huge. Why? Because Bacoli is huge. Wow, guess it is snowing. I just looked out the window. My. So I come from California to Georgia. I escaped the wildfires to come to Antarctica. Wow. Snow. Snow. Hope everybody's safe out there. Pray that y'all are safe out there. These wildfires in California are a real suspect. They didn't seem to start till around 2004, I lived out there my whole life, no fires, and all of a sudden it's just fires. We don't know what to do. It's the point of a fire department then. You can't try to stay off the roads, y'all. If you're in the snow or in the fire, make sure you stay off the roads and get to somewhere safe. Bond Scott not getting your notification. I'm sorry about that. We got Bond Scott in the building, y'all. Bond Scott just checked in, y'all. Zilly Zhang versus Martin Bakole would be fireworks. Yes, it would while it lasts, man. And that's a hard fight to try to pick a winner. It is the end of days, brother. Yeah, you're right. It is the end of days. This world is on its last leg. Fourth quarter with seconds left. Make sure you get right with the Creator. Then you can really be fearless. There's always something to be fearful of, but like I said in the old video I did called Never Give Up, go check it out if you haven't. Type in the J. Roos Theory, Never Give Up. I'm explaining why you shouldn't give up. And if you're fearful and it's something that you should do it anyway. Then the fear kind of leaves on its own. And don't think about it too long. Like, I should just do it. Get that fear out of the way, then you just conquer that and move on to the next thing. But in these last days, it's going to be a lot of things to try to keep you fearful, a lot of it manufactured. Bakole may be too much for Zhang. He could be. Because I believe Bakole can outwork Zhang. Zhang tends to get real predictable if he doesn't get you up out of there quickly. He just walks around like this, like he did in the fight with Joseph Parker. He kept getting tagged with punches up the middle, and he just kept, shaking his head like, "Oh, that didn't hurt me." But like shaking your head is not going to impress the judges, and it's not going to win you the fight. So, yeah, Bakole can be a problem for Zhang. Bakole can be a problem for anybody. I think Bakole's thing is he has to figure out what weight does he fight best at, and he's got to get some get back against Michael Hunter. Someone was saying in my comments that Bakole had some type of shoulder problem the night he lost to Michael Hunter, So whatever was going on with Bakole that night, he's calling out all these fighters. You might as well call out the guy that gave you an L. So get that out the way and then call out the rest of the division. But that's just me. I think a little different than most people. Oh, that snow's really coming down out there. It's coming down. Like I said, if y'all can stay in the house, hope you guys stocked up on groceries and eggs and all that. I went to the store yesterday. I was surprised to see a lot of eggs still on the shelf. Usually when something's about to happen, people go swamp the eggs and the milk. But yeah, I hope everybody's doing all right out there. May the Most High protect you all. Shalala versus Joshua? I'm going to say AJ. Just based off the experience in the pros. Maybe by decision, though. Apparently, Bakole was having personal problems as well, according to his trainer. If you want eggs, go see. What is that if you want eggs? Go see an Amish person. They know how to preserve that stuff. Go see the Amish if you want eggs, huh? I didn't know that. But if Bacoli was going through something that fight, that's understandable why he would lose to a guy that much smaller than him. A guy coming up from cruiserweight again. Man, these cruiserweights be giving these big boys some problems, don't they? I know when I was boxing, I've said this many times. The toughest guys I boxed were either cruiserweights or even like middleweights because they just don't stop. It's like I'm faster than these dudes, even at heavyweight, but they just keep nonstop with the punches, and you're like, man, like, you gonna take a breather, homie? Like, what's up? If you gotta pull up on them and demand those preserved eggs, bro. Those preserved eggs, huh? Yeah, man, eggs are real. I love eggs, man. They say it's like one of the perfect foods out there. It pretty much has everything in it, especially protein. And a lot of people take out the yolk and just eat the white part, but most of the nutritional values in the yolk, so eat the yolk. I ain't no yolk. Joe Apataya versus Martin would be fireworks. Martin Bracoli, I think, is just too big for him, man. I know, like I said, these cruiserweights give these big dudes a run for their money, but at some point, I think the power of Bracoli would just overwhelm him. There's a limit to these cruiserweights, unless you're Alexander Usyk, and it don't seem to matter. Usyk is like, I don't care how big you are. 'Cause, Usyk's not a little guy. People keep acting like he's little. Plus, he's very physically strong. When you stay in the gym, chances are you're going to be physically strong. That's one of the reasons Terrence Crawford is so strong. The dude stays in the gym. Whatever you do most, you're going to get better at. If you read a lot, you're going to improve your reading. You're going to improve your mind. If you work out a lot, you're going to improve your muscles, your muscle density. It's just common sense. It's just basic 101 training. Y'all know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. I ordered me a Greek pizza earlier and got a salad, had a gyro. I think I'll finish that Greek pizza because I do not want to be on the road. Hopefully, it will stop snowing soon. You know what I'm saying? Well, you miss the Cali weather when you're not there, but I don't miss the fires. Not at all. I want to see Babylon burn, not California. Exactly. Exactly. Usyk cruiserweight, um, bigger than Mike Tyson and Ali, many other heavies. Yeah, it's just Usyk happens to be in the era where dudes are like these NBA players. But if he'd been in the Ali era, he'd be considered a big heavyweight. No California dreaming there right now. Nah, just dreaming for them fires to stop. Do you like pig feet? I have never had pig feet in my life. Never had pig feet. No, had never had pig feet, man. Would I eat kangaroo or ostrich? Not unless I had to. Let's say there was a food shortage and the only meat was kangaroo and ostrich. Well, then I would be a kangaroo and ostrich eating brother. But it would have to be some crazy circumstances for me to put some ostrich and kangaroo meat in my joint. You know what I mean? This ain't a kangaroo or ostrich hole. Nothing quite like a good burger, but just the thought that I'm eating an ostrich would kind of have me being like, like, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I'm a knuckle popper. You know what I'm saying? We call pig feet ham hock. Very nice to make soup from, and the meat is delicious. Now I've had ham hocks, so there's that pig feet. Because I've had ham hocks, not recently. Just had some. I like. Yeah, I've had ham hock, but a long time ago. But I like oxtail and Jamaican food, rice and peas. Not a big plantain guy, but I really like Jamaican food. And when I go to Jamaican spots, they give you a whole lot of food, man. You can eat off it for like 3 days. And it's real heavy in your hand, man. Tastes homemade too. Really like Jamaican food, man, you know? Big up. Sing and Sekol. Jamaican rude boy. Bakwe with the mix up, man, you know? Sing. Pig feet. Man, the snow's still coming down. That's a trip when it was 18 degrees, yesterday, no snow. Now it's like 30 something, there's snow. Interesting. Interesting. Y'all go subscribe to Tim Witherspoon's YouTube channel too. He gives a lot of great boxing tips about, defense and how he throws the overhand right and how he positions his body so he can land the right. Go subscribe to my dude Tim Witherspoon. Go subscribe to Viking Samurai. Go subscribe to Sports 101 Predictions. Go subscribe to Bruce Gas, Boxing Jazz and More, Puro, Andrew Tucker World, DT3, The Boom Man, Counterpunch Boxing News with Kurt, Showbiz, The Adult Boxing Wave, um, Mr. Boxing Today too. Chris Jones from Pump Chasers. Man, Chris Jones, man, this dude, he's got one of the best physiques I've ever seen, and he's natural, man. He knows the body, I think, better than anybody I've seen on YouTube. Chris Jones, man, go check him out, man, from Pump Chasers, man. Knows what he's talking about. Shout out to your boy in the bunker. Go subscribe to him. Go subscribe to Boxing on the Edge. Just I've been on Dusty Vision TV. Go over there and check me out. We talked a little boxing in Southeast San Diego. Go check out. So a while back, maybe about a year ago, I was on Dusty Vision TV. Me and Andrew Tucker had him on too. So shout out to Jet Blackwell. Shout out to, like I said, Tim Witherspoon. Shout out to my dude Vlad Sarenko, who signed with Frank Warren. He and James Bashir. Um, I forget. Shout out to BWTM Sports and Gaming. And if I forgot you, I'm still thinking about you. Chelsea Thompson, love from Brazil. Man, you ain't from Brazil. What you talking about? Love from Brazil. You might be built like you from Brazil, but you ain't from Brazil. Is that Jollof rice? Jollof rice? WBC President Mauricio Suleiman is a disgusting, dirty Batiman. Wow. Not the Bati boy. Are you Jamaican? No, I'm not Jamaican, man. I just reggae. I like the rhythm of reggae. I don't believe in their religious beliefs, but I like the rhythm and some of their messages. I used to hang out at Reggae World a lot in San Diego. Shout out to Reggae World, man. Hope they gave their hearts to Yeshua down there. All my grandparents are. Oh, okay. Shout out to you, Charlene, with the gangster lean. You want boxing tips? Go to a YouTube channel by a former boxer commentator called Frank Gillfeather. Am I reading that right? 80 years old and still punishing the heavy bag. I think I know what you're talking about. I just I don't remember the name, but I think I know what you're talking about because I keep seeing this gray-haired guy and he's got fast hands. There's some even older guy I saw put hands on a younger guy in the ring, knocking him down and stuff. But of course, if you have another birthday, you can't fight anymore. You should just get a cane out and just forget about doing anything incredible. Just go get a job at Walmart and hang it up, man. I can't stand people with the cookie cutter mindset. You had a birthday, so don't try anything. You might get hurt. You might get disappointed. You live one time, as we know it. One time. You gotta live and live sin free as much as you can. Try to live perfectly. Well, don't try, just do it. Be perfect. I know there's popular thought out there that you can't be perfect. You'll never be perfect. Why can't you be? People get perfect scores on tests. Why can't you live perfect? Through Yeshua, you can live perfect. That's the only way you can do it through Him. It's a fact. That's him, white hair and glasses. Yeah, some these guys from back in the day know a lot of tricks. They had discipline back there. They were like a man's man, so to speak. They really knew what they were doing inside those ropes. They knew the mentality of a fighter. They weren't gun shy when it came to letting their hands go, a lot of them. And I got a lot of respect for them. We live in a society now where people look down on you if you have too many birthdays. That's ignorant. You should learn from them. You shouldn't look down on anybody. And, that's the way of the world. Oh, he's too old. He's stop. Stop. I know some dudes older than dudes in their 20s would put hands on them real fast. Y'all can miss me with that. You can even go to YouTube and see it. You getting the brimstone ignited in Old Cali. Do you like ackee and salt fish? I don't think I ever had it. I don't think I ever had it. I'd be willing to try it though. Definitely be willing to try it. Snow still coming down out there. Going down like a sumo wrestler on a free fall. My uncle was what was that? My uncle was salvage. He used to eat the salted fish raw. Wow, raw fish. So I guess he got all the omega-3 oils out that fish. Moses Atama versus who's that? Leonard Pero would be a good boxing match. I never heard of that guy that you named. Never heard of him. See, Adderall keeps me on my toes, man. He be telling me about fighters I ain't heard of, and I got to do my research. You keep me on my toes. I got to do my homework, man. I appreciate that. My subscribers are the best, man. I got the best subscribers. We're coming for the top YouTubers, man. We taking belts. I'm knocking out all bums. Coming for them belts, coming for them titles, coming for them subscribers, making them subscribers drift over to the J. Roos theory. I'm a contender. I'm hungry. I'm hungry. I'm hungrier than Jarrell Miller in the morning time. You know what it is. You know what it ain't. Moses is good, and it was a great win against McKean, but he still needs that chin tested. Yeah, yeah, we got to see his chin tested, man. We got to see that chin tested. And I don't like where he keeps his hands because it's the same area where AJ had his hands against Dubois. And if you fight another guy that can hit just as hard as you, if not harder, you might have some problems. And even if a Talma has a great chin, you don't want to just keep getting it tested like Joe Joyce. We knew that was going to eventually catch up with Joyce. Like, man, this dude's got a great chin, but you still don't want to keep using that style because it's just not built for longevity, man. It's just not. Man, Kurt from Counterpunch Boxing News has the funniest Joe Joyce imitation, man. He sounds exactly like Joyce, man. He sounds like Bob Arum. He sounds like Floyd Mayweather. Man, he got the impersonations. He got them down. And Joe Joyce, man, he says he sounds like what do you say, like a high surfer or something, like he's stoned or something. Yeah, you know. I think one reason though, I was thinking about one reason that a lot of fighters weren't trying to fight the best fights before Prince Turkey is because we hear so many fighters that are undefeated and then they lose one or two and everybody's like, oh, they're done. They're done. So it's like, why would they want to fight these guys if they know they're going to be written off if should they lose? You want to know, hey, my career is going to still thrive. I can still be marketable. I still got my better days ahead of me. But once they hear, oh, that's what we're doing, we lose one or two fights, we're done, they're going to keep fighting handpicked guys and not trying to risk anything because they want to feed their families by having a long career. So we got to stop writing dudes off because they're losing too much. Now, if they're getting damaged, a lot, and they seem to be taking too many shots, possibly like Joe Joyce, then you might want to consider it. But if they're not just getting beat pillar to post, then let them fight, man. Let them do what they want to do. Shout out to Tyrone Magnus, too. 1 million subscribers. Zane destroyed Joyce's chin. Yeah. Yeah. Adore says Lanier Perro is a very good heavyweight prospect from Cuba. Got to check him out. Perro is also a very good heavyweight prospect from Cuba. Yeah, that's a legacy of being trained by Davison. Yeah, Ben Davison's on the hot seat. Zane destroyed Joyce's chin. Yeah, Joyce hasn't recovered from that physically yet, I don't believe. Joyce is like a Man Mountain version of Shaggy from Scooby Doo. Says Zang popped that chin like a huge zit splat. Yeah, when Zang hit Joyce in that rematch with that punch, Joyce just went down like, what just hit me? He was like he just had some ripple. I was like, not Joyce, not the guy with the concrete chin. But guess I'm about to get up out of here, y'all. Go have some breakfast, work out. Typical day in the life of a content creator, a YouTuber on his way up the ladder, about to take the belts. And thanks for coming through, everybody. Puro, Thunders Productions, Charlene, Bon Scott, Adore, everybody that came through, all those that'll watch the replay. If you wish to donate, like I said to you, dude, J Roos, the Cash App is $J Roos 33. Thank you for watching. Stay safe out there, y'all. And LSR forever. And be fearless. Yeah.